Hello there, my name is Michael Maynard and welcome back to Gorilla Picking. Now, what we are going to do today, lads, is review this Sparrows Reload Kit. I have been hanging out to get my hands on one of these ever since they were released a few months ago. And Pick Pals, these guys right here, Pick Pals over in Australia have very kindly sent this one over for me to review and to give away. And boy am I glad they did, because this just is the best thing since sliced bread. Now, I think the first thing we need to cover is who it's for, and this is not for an absolute rank beginner. If you are a rank beginner, you want these, and we'll come to that in a minute. And it's not for an expert picker either, so this kind of sits halfway really between a newbie and somebody who is just moving up and starting to pick security pins. So if you're an absolute beginner, the set that you want is the Sparrows Progressive Lock set. That's this little thing here with the 4 locks on the side. The way that these work is that they range from 2 standard pins, that's this one here, up to 5 standard pins, all in a little key and knob cylinder with 6 chambers. So even the 5-pin one has got room for another chamber to be pinned up there. And the idea is that you start really basic with the 2 pins. You learn how to pick that. You move way up. You move your way up to 3, 4, and 5 pins. And by the time you can get 5 standard pins open reliably, you are well on the way to picking locks. Now, I've got to say, if there is one criticism really of this set, is that it is pretty basic. It is a bit limited, and once you have learnt to pick those 5 standard pins, there's really not a lot more that you can do with this particular kit. Well, that was up until Sparrows released this thing, and Sparrows aren't stupid. I mean, they knew that this was a little bit limited, so what they have done is put together an absolutely fantastic kit. I can't rave highly enough about this thing. You get 2 cute little pinning mats, so 2 little baby brothers really of the really big Sparrows pinning mat, which is about the size of a laptop computer, you know, that kind of size. You get 4 different keys. Now this is important. They're all on the same profile, so they're all the Schlage SC1 profile, which is a nice, easy, forgiving keyway to learn how to pick. That's not a difficult keyway. And what they have done though is put together some keys with more difficult bitting. So the bitting on these ones is fairly easy. The bitting on a couple of these ones is much more difficult. The green, blue and red keys are all just straight out 5-pin keys. This one here, the black one, is a 6-pin, so you can see that the black one is a little longer than these other ones here. We've got slightly harder bitting on on the green one, I guess. Much harder bitting here on the red one, still 5 pins, and then the 6-pin one, not difficult bitting. There you go, you can have a look at that. But we do have a low cut pin at the start here, hiding some of the stuff down the back. So it's, you know, it's a really good idea. You get the key pins, of course. So that's the set for the black key, that's the set for the red. The other 2 you can work out for yourself. You get some springs and some of these little retaining lugs as well. Now, when you're pulling this thing apart, what you'll discover, gents, and we'll do this in another video, but the way that you take these things apart is that you need to depress this little retaining pin here, and there is a tool for that. So Sparrows include this tool. It's a combination follower and remover, and you remove the rear of the cylinder like that, but you very often do lose these things. This is the point, and so they have given you some spares of that. And then the thing that we've all been waiting for really, they give you a packet of Mex Security Pens, and This stuff is just worth its weight in gold, guys. It really is. There is a mixture here of a whole lot of standard pins, so there are just ordinary standards. There are a whole lot of serrated pins in there. There are a whole lot of spools in there. And believe it or not, they've got some old school mushrooms in there as well. Just an excellent little combination of stuff. And of course, the idea is that you progressively pin up these locks according to your skills. So you maybe start with just 4 standard pins and 1 spool perhaps, and you learn how to pick that, and then you pull the thing apart again and put another spool in there or whatever. So you can progressively get more and more difficult. And let me tell you guys, by the time you finally get to pinning up the 6-pin lock with these key pins for the black key and 6 security pins, you're going to be picking pretty damn well. This kit will take you from a beginner to an advanced intermediate picker, just in the one little kit. It's such a great idea. So I'm thinking you guys probably want to see me pick one of these things. What we're going to do here is pin up something difficult. So I'm going to put together the most difficult combination that I can think of really in this 6-pin key here. We'll put it together and we'll see how we go. Back in a second, guys. Okay guys, well, we're about halfway. We've made a few design decisions and we are going to put this thing together. Now, what I have done is use the 5-pin body, so that's that one there. I've taken all the key pins out and I have replaced those key pins now with the 6 that came in the kit for the black key. I have decided that we are going to use some fairly difficult pinning, and if I just zoom in on that, you'll see what I've done here. I've used a real mixture. I have bookended it with a couple of serrated, so I've got a serrated in position 1 and 6. I have got a mushroom in 2 and 4 and spools in the other 2 positions. So all security pins. This will be a difficult lock to pick. Now the next thing I need to do is put it together, and it is at this point that I want to talk to you about another thing that I reckon you guys need to buy. Please, for the love of God, whenever you are working on a lock, if you possibly can, shim the thing. And I'm not going to show you the process here, it's dead simple, but what I suggest you do, if you are going to buy this reload kit, and I think it's awesome, also please buy yourself a set of shims. They're dirt cheap and they're consumable, and buy yourself a set of pinning tweezers. It just makes it so much easier. Spring the extra 20 bucks or whatever it is, grab the pinning tweezers and grab the shims. Alright guys, give me a sec and we'll get this back together. Right, let's see what we can do. Number 6 first. Okay, that's in. Shim goes in because we are not idiots and we don't want to spew pins all over the place when we put this core back in. Yep, works beautifully as we knew it was going to. Okay guys, well this is take 1. Here is our key. Works beautifully. Those are good quality locks and pins, those ones. Now, top of the keyway tension. I'm going to try this with the Sparrows Tron. Actually, I'm using this pick more and more. Really starting to like this pick. Okay, so 1. What am I talking about? 6. I'm at the back of the lock. 6 is binding. Gave me a tiny click. 5. Counter rotated, but nothing much happened. 3 is crunchy, 2 is crunchy, 1's clicking like crazy. Okay, and dropped into a false set. So I think we have got 1 and 6 picked. That's the 2 serrated pins. So, and maybe one of the spools as well. Here we go, 4's counter rotating. Set 4, lost the false set though. So let's go back and see if we can't nudge 1 and 6 back into position. Okay, which we just did. So we've got, I think, maybe 1, 4 and 6 set currently. More counter rotation here on, it's either 2 or 3. Okay, set that, and oh hey, we're open just like that. Okay, I think what we did there was set one of those mushrooms. Actually set just like a standard pin, guys. Alright, so there you have it, guys. We have gone from what was a very simple 5-pin standard pin lock to a 6-pin, frankly fairly evil lock, all due to that Sparrows Reload Kit. So there you have it, gents. Now I am going to give this away in another video. I'm going to get one more video out of this one, okay? My recommendation at the moment, though, honest to God, buy it, but also when you do so, buy the tweezers and buy yourself a set of shims as well. Thanks for watching, guys. My name's Michael Maynard, and this is Gorilla Picking.